I'm here with Mr. Francis Albert, member of the state executive of the BJP, from which he has just resigned to come to the Congress party and to work for my election. Mr. Francis Albert is right here. He lives in and belongs to the coastal belt and the fishermen's community.
So this coming ahead of elections, how are you seeing this?
Well, Mr. Albert just explained in Malayalam to the media here that he felt that there was no room for the Christian community in the BJP and that the BJP's behavior towards his community and himself convinced him that this was no place for people like him, and that's why he has come to the Congress party.
So the BJP candidate has said that he sent a defamation notice against you. So have you received the notice and what do you have to say?
I've not received the notice. God knows which address he sent it to. But no doubt, since it's been widely reported in the media, at some point it will show up and it will get the suitable reply. It should be pointed out that I at no stage made any specific allegation. I merely said that this is the talk of the town, not just of the town, the coastal belt as well, and that people are talking about this practice happening rather widespread. And I've heard this from various people, including people of some prominence in the local community. Today, just now, Mr. Albert confirmed this as a former member of the BJP himself, that this is a widespread practice there. Now, beyond that, I'm not making any further accusations. I have an election to fight. And if this is the way they or somebody on their behalf wants to do it, all I can say is I'm glad they're pumping money into Thiruvananthapuram's economy. It'll do some good for the people here, which is what I want to see happening. So more the merrier. Let them give more contributions to the well-being of the people of my state.
Congress Election Committee had given a complaint related to the affidavit Mr. Rajeev chandrasekhar had filed. Today he had put out a detailed tweet response saying that why in the corresponding years it was less, it was due to COVID and all that. He has given a detailed explanation.
Look, I'm not involved in this exercise, to be frank. As you probably know, from early morning to late night, every day I'm on the campaign trail. And during the so-called parayadam that we do when we are on a vehicle top, there's no time to read any messages or affidavits or whatever. And for me, that's been going on since the 5th. Therefore, I've not seen either his affidavit or the complaints about it. But the fact that there are complaints I'm aware of. One can't be living with a head in the ground. And I can tell you that if there are complaints, they should certainly be considered by the appropriate authorities. The complaints, one of the things that the media brought to my attention was the rather modest amount of taxable income the gentleman has claimed. Now, everyone knows he's one of the wealthiest people in Parliament. It's a widespread assumption that that he commands thousands of crores. Indeed, the sale of his very first company 20 years ago gave him, in those days, over 4,000 crores of declared income. So where did all that money disappear? It's been obviously arranged in such a way that it doesn't need to be declared. And the problem is, those of us in Kerala who've been brought up to believe that paying taxes is a solemn duty and that we should do so as responsible citizens. And I pay tax on every article I write or every book royalty I get. I must say it seems to us a bit odd that somebody who is multiple dozens of times richer than us, if not hundreds of times richer, should be paying less tax. And this is the general perception across the constituency that, if you claim to be a Deshbhakt and you're a patriot and so on, you should contribute to the country's well-being at least through your taxes, as all of us are doing. And the fact that even I think there were some media people interviewed a few auto rickshaw drivers, and they were horrified to discover they are paying higher tax than the plutocratic candidates of the BJP, and that's all over WhatsApp. This is obviously a common perception problem in a constituency like Thiruvananthapuram. In Kerala, these things matter. And I think the candidate may have woken up a bit late to the realization that the kinds of techniques that may be acceptable in the business world or whatever to evade or avoid taxes do not play very well when you're seeking votes from people who do pay their taxes.